Have you ever looked at a movie poster and thought, what'd that look like in Lego? Neither have I, but I thought that'd be a fun challenge. So in today's video, I will be recreating iconic movie posters out of Lego. So, Lego. Now, movie posters have been iconic since the era of movies, from The Wizard of Oz to Star Wars. And well, I'll be traveling back to the 80s for the first poster, and that poster will be Back to the Future. Now for this build, I had set requirements I had to follow to build these posters. I limited myself to a 30 by 20 base plate to make all the posters look the same. So for this Back to the Future build, I was not trying to make it look like a regular mosaic, and instead kind of 3D, trying to emphasize some of the big parts of the poster, like Marty McFly and the DeLorean. Other things I tried to include was to make it look like a mostly tiled off look, so it looks nice and clean, but not to lack too much detail so it still resembles the real thing. And well, here it is, Back to the Future. I think it looks pretty solid, and this was my first attempt at the poster, so maybe by itself you couldn't tell right away, but it looks pretty accurate, pretty nice. And well, let's move on to the next one. Now the next poster I will be trying to recreate out of Lego is E.T. Another classic. For this, I went with the poster that has the moon and the floating bike, because that is just iconic. Main things I want to get here is obviously the moon, which could be challenging as I'm also going for a tiled off look and I need to make the moon round, but also to try to get the small details like the bike. Just like the last one, it's 30 by 20, so let's get building. Here is the ET poster. I think it looks pretty solid, just like the last one. Some of the big struggles though were getting ET's hand and the little kid's hand. That looks a little weird, but I think it's alright. But what ties this all together is the moon, of course. I was able to do this by layering curved tile pieces over flat tile pieces to make it look circular. And then also, of course, the big ET letters that are in the poster. I really like this one, and I forgot to mention I actually made this nice display for the posters. You just place the poster in there, and then boom, it's set for display. It's just made out of a few Technic pins and Technic pieces, and I think it elevates the poster's displayability. But let's go on to the third poster. This one being The Dark Knight, one of my personal favorite movies. Now, there's several iconic posters from this, like the close-up on Heath Ledger Joker, but the one I'll be going with is when Christian Bale's Batman is staring down at the camera with the bat symbol in the building made out of flames. I think it's also pretty iconic, so let's get building. Main things I wanted to accomplish with this one was to be able to still create the Batman, but also texture this one up. So it's not going to be as plated off as the previous one, and also I want a gray border around this one. And well, this is how it turned out. Now, some of my favorite parts included here is Bat Signal. I think that's pretty cool. And also the way I created smoke was just by adding light gray plates around the building. I think it makes it look pretty nice, and the Batman doesn't look too bad. But we're now entering my favorite and final build, and that is Jaws. Now, it's safe to say I was pretty hyped for this one because this is probably the most iconic out of all the posters we've done so far, and that's probably because of its simplicity but also stark contrast and colors. If you look at the Jaws poster, it's this bleak white, but then also contrasted with the deep ocean and of course the giant shark. The main challenges here would also be trying to get the Jaws word right, because this was going to be another one of those tiled off looks, and I didn't want to make the shark look all flat, so that was going to pop out a little bit. And it's safe to say I am very, very happy with how this one turned out, guys, and here it is. Now, I think this one looks the best by itself, not just compared to the posters. Immediately, you could tell this is the Jaws poster, even side by side. Even up to the small details like the little person swimming. I think I created that pretty well with just 3 pieces. And the shark has to be my favorite part, because it just turned out so great. So guys, if you enjoyed this video, tell me in the comments below which poster was your favorite. Mine, of course, is the Jaws one. I think it looks the best. But yeah, Also in the future, I might be making paintings or album covers out of Lego, so let me know if you want to see that in the comments below. Put down your suggestions. And guys, if you enjoyed this video, I just recently put a lot of effort into my last one, and that's recreating American history out of Lego. It's a banger. I suggest you guys go check that out if you want, or just scroll around the channel and see what you like. But remember, as always, have a good day, and God bless.